Oh, hi! Now, this is not really part of my usual twofer because this is, I guess I'm just going to be talking about an event. And well, basically, I'm going to be talking about my 2025 Philippine Toy Convention Hall and also my experience. Now, um, I guess for the few people that watch me, I did post in my post. I did post my toy cabinet, the toy display that my group is in, and that's because last June 13, 14, and 15 was the Philippine Toy Convention. Now, the Philippine Toy Convention has been going on for the past 22 years, and it's basically the biggest toy event in the Philippines. Now, that company also does other toy conventions. Like they do a toy convention up north in the mountain city of Baguio. For people who are in the Philippines, and they also do other smaller toy conventions in a smaller venue, like the year end toy convention, which is being done in a mall. Now this one is they usually get a whole convention center for this. Now, as I said, it's been running for 22 years, and I believe it's been running in the same venue for I guess almost 10 years or more. I forget. I'm sorry. I'm old. But then there in the toy convention, the group I'm in, it's a group of toy guys we're called Toy Empire. Now, it started out as a message board. Yes, it's that old. It used to be a message board under the name Toy Republic, which has then moved on to become Toy Empire. Since it was a republic, it became an empire, and it was established by a group of friends. We started with toys as toy collectors, which then became lifelong friends, and we've been friends for more than 20 years. And the thing there is, aside from in the toy convention, they have panels. They talk about shows. We have special guests. We have special toy booths where they buy. You get to buy limited edition art toys and other figures. There's also a toy selling area where people buy a table and sell their wares. Those sellers are either backyard sellers like us, or big legitimate toy stores. Now, aside from that, we do have performances. We have had great P-pop performers like G22. This year it was Kaya. We had the Sistar before, Hiolinov Sistar, who performed as well in the previous years. Uh, for the past, for almost 20 years, our group has always joined, and we do two things in the toy convention. We do two things there. We have a toy display, and we actually get a table to sell. Now, I don't sell much of my toys. I'm a pack rat, but my friends do sell their figures there. Which which usually ends up me buying them. But then again, okay. But then again, that has been our practice ever since. Now, the toy display is basically a series of cabinets where people get to display their toys, so that it also forms as a draw for people to go in and see the different toys, right? Because most people are selling it, we're just displaying it. Now, we've been displaying it for the past, for almost 20 years already. I've been doing it. I've been doing it every year. I believe the first time I really put in a whole cabinet for myself would be around 2014. So that would mark roughly 10 years, me displaying figures. Now, the thing is, the cabinet would be four levels. So each they would usually choose each one of us, and we would choose a cabinet to display our stuff. Um, that initially, our group, because the thing is, our group Toy Empire is not limited to collecting one specific toy line, or one specific character. Like it started out that way when it started in 20 years ago. And as time went by, people started specializing. Like we have a cabinet only for SH Figure Arts collectors. We have a cabinet only for a specific character like Batman, Daredevil collectors, Marvel, Gundam. And it came to a point that actually we are the only one that's left with a chop suey collection. And for the past year, what happened was they now assigned themes, which honestly was pretty. Honestly, for us, we didn't like it because we do have our own collection. Like on 2023, I put in my vinyl toys, my Quicks collection, which is just a small part of my Quicks collection. Mainly, honestly, mainly as a fuck you to the people who kind of look badly on our toys. And also it's actually me basically spiting our toys because initially I didn't like the collectors there, but we had no choice. Honestly, that was the theme we were given. Last year we were given a theme which is TV and movies. And that is where I was able to display my Kamen Rider 4's collection. I've been collecting Kamen Rider 4's for quite a while already. And it turned out to be one of my happiest moment because I'm a Force collector, and I was able to display at least the best of my Force collection. And I was also pretty surprised that a lot of people didn't know or wasn't really collecting Force. So some of the Kamen Rider collectors and SH Figure Arts collectors were like complimenting. Honestly, it felt so good because they never thought that somebody would have those figures, and that's me. And honestly, that's also the biggest vindicating. That was the biggest vindicating point in my life. No, in my toy collecting life, not my life. So it was really great. But it came to this year wherein I don't know what happened, but we had some the other my other teammates were not able to. I think it's because of the theme, but then again I guess it's because of the idea that it's for the first time ever in my whole toy displaying life or career that I get to display all four cabs by myself. So essentially, I represented the group. I represented Toy Empire, and the thing there is the since the theme, since we had the same theme, which is TV and movies, and I brought up to our guest, to our leader, that if that's the case, when why I let me propose sports anime. Now there is actually an anime theme, anime group doing it, but then again, we're not part of that, and it's basically just one anime. But in my end, I took the whole cab and I did different animes and I put a theme in it, sports anime, and I was able to pull it off. It was I did four cabs. I did the first cab had Haikyuu. My Haikyuu. I do have a Haikyuu collection, and I was able to fit in all my figures. I did not put Chibi because I didn't want it to be cute. I wanted it to be badass. So I used the DX Grandista and Band Presto figures. The second line are my Dasin Slam Dunk figures, which is a Chinese brand of superposable slam dunk figures, and that's because I have all the players they released, and I only had them in poses. The third is actually a slam dunk cab as well, but what I did was I had the basketball court and included four players there, the players from Shoyu and Mitsurubashi, doing 2-on-2. And lastly, for the fourth, I have an SH Figure Arts ring, and and that's what I used and I had Kinnikuman as the main there. So it was it was tiring because I had to be there early and we were also manning and watching the display as to make sure that it doesn't topple over. So basically I didn't really have much time to really take videos. But it felt so it just felt so good because first off it's the whole collection, and I did appreciate the people taking pictures of my toys, especially the girls who like Haikyuu, the older people, because remember that Slam Dunk was released in 1997 or earlier. The older people imagining seeing, wow, it's Slam Dunk, and other obscure wrestling people seeing Kinnikuman. Uh, I'll learn how to put a video up here, to put photos up. I honestly don't know yet how to do it. I'll learn. I'm not techie, but I'll just post it. I'll post this first. Um, for and I guess for it just felt good. And but the difference this year is that I was able to go around. I still had time to go around because last year, um, for some reason I wasn't able to go around last year, but I was able to buy a figure, which is the Crayon Chicken art figure, and that's it. That was my only purchase. But this time I had some purchase, and also I'll also give my thoughts on ToyCon and how ToyCon is happening. But one thing is that in terms of ToyCon, I think in terms of sales, it's not as high as before because with the onset of online selling and online stores, people don't have to go there anymore. They can actually buy the things they want online. But the thing that ToyCon has is those vintage sellers where they had to find those older toys. That's the key. That's the key in the ToyCon, and that's what I got also. So there is still going to be a market for ToyCon, but I guess for newer stuff or brand new stuff, you might try. Most people would do the online route, but that has cut some of the attendees because some of the people would go all the way from provinces just to attend ToyCon. But then again, the exclusives are there. There's a reason to go there. The older figures, and that is what I'm gonna be talking about for my for this week's toy sharing. Is my ToyCon haul. I usually get a lot more. I usually buy a lot more stuff before, but I guess it comes with age. Or I guess I've got most of what I want already. But honestly, most of my newer stuff, my newer anime stuff, I've gotten online. So I didn't feel the need anymore to find it. So the first one is a figure that I'm gonna be showing. It is a Black Series figure. That is a Star Wars toy line that was actually I guess it was developed in the onset of more premium action figures because Star Wars before wasn't that premium. So the Star Wars people being the huge old Star Wars figures were just 5 points of articulation. So it's really more of the nostalgia. But since they've already gotten better, I guess in terms of articulation, especially since Star Wars has been bought by Marvel and Marvel owns Hasbro, they've already gotten the Marvel Legends style. And that figure I got, and by the way, the figures I got are not brand new. I got them second hand, which is fine by me. But these are figures I never got when they got released. And the first figure that I got is Mandalorian, Din Djarin. But this is the original version of him, the first version, wherein he had the cloak, he had the gun, he still has the thing I like about this, the figure is complete. The figure is very good condition. The figure is complete. I believe this might be in the 2-pack with Grogu, but I'm okay with this guy. And this includes a gun in a holster, so the holster clicks and you can actually get the pistol out. So it's everything that I needed from him, and I never had this figure. I do have a Black Series collection. It's not much because my main collection is Clone Wars, the animated Clone Wars. honestly, maybe next, because we still have so much SH figure arts to tackle. Maybe next year we can talk about it, because I have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of these clones. So this is one of the figures I've always wanted but never had the opportunity to, because when they were releasing it, I was buying something else. So this is the figure. Now he did in the end. Spoiler alert for Mandalorian. He did have his suit changed to all Beskar, but I like this better. This was the first time he was introduced. So he has a cloak, a gun, and a holster, and a rifle, which a rifle which you can actually attach to his back. So it's a great figure, and it's a figure I've always wanted, and I saw it at a good price, and bought it. So this is the first thing I got, and I actually saw them in the first day, and I was asking about it, and was able to get it the second day. Yeah. The second toy I got is actually a little more vintage. These are Kubrick figures. Now, these are not Legos, but very similar to bricks. I've only had one Kubrick figure ever, and it's a Boba Fett. But I bought it brand new. Well, these guys, I bought it secondhand. And it is a Sand Trooper and Darth Vader. Now, this Darth Vader is special because it's the classic Darth Vader. This is what the original Darth Vader in the 70s and the 70s figures looks like. It has the soft vine. It's not cloth, it's soft plastic cape. And his hand is already holding a lightsaber, which actually extends. That was the original Darth Vader figure ever. That it has the lightsaber and it extends. It also retracts. So, and I saw this, man, I was so excited because I do have Kubrick figures already. So this is pretty special for me. I started really my toy collection with two lines, Spawn and Star Wars. Well, more Star Wars. So I was so happy when I got this. It's one of my favorite, I guess my favorite new purchases, and which I will always treasure. Well, I'll treasure this because it's classic. And the Sand Trooper. Now, I'm sure the Sand Trooper would have had a gun, but when I got this, I didn't have a gun anymore. But then again, it's Sand Trooper. I've always wanted one. And basically has the backpack. And look at the detail. It's still in very, very good condition, right? With the sand and all that. I do have the Black Series figure of this, and also the old stool figure of this. And yeah, this is my figure I've also liked a lot. And aside from that, now usually it's just this, but then I went wild because I found found Gundam Mobile Suit in Action, or MSIA. Now, the MSIA was an action figure line of Gundam. Now, Gundam is usually a model kit line, but then again, they released this in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and this is not complete. I did not have all the figures and the extra hands, but what I got is, I guess, good enough, and it is the Goff. The Goff was when they were going around in Earth. They did this in different series like Gundam Seed. They also have a Goff for this. They call it the Goff Ignited, and the figure itself is in good condition, and it includes their main gun, which is why I got it. So it's an action figure. It's basically an action figure. It's a 3.75 scale action figure of Gundam mobile suits. So that's one thing. It's got everything. It's pretty complete. The figure is pretty complete, which is why I got it also. And I'm pretty happy because I do have a small MSIA collection, a mobile suit in action collection, and most of them are from the G Gundam series, and some of them are from War in a Pocket and the Mobile 8th. And this is I don't have much Xeon figures, so this is a great addition to my MSIA collection. It's actually pretty tall also for a normal figure. So we do have this. We do have Din Djarin, and we do have the Star Wars Kubricks. And last but not the least, I got the gun tank. This is the original 3 Gundam figures for Gundam, who who started the 3 original Gundam figures with with RX. So we have the gun tank. So this is what he looks like. Now, this is not complete yet because I'll be putting in the shoulder cannons. This is also an MSIA because I've always wanted a more MSIA. Honestly, I wasn't able to buy a lot. There was a store that before in a long time ago that was used to sell some of these older ones, but never got to buy all the complete ones. So I'm pretty happy that I was able to get him. So this honestly, unfortunately, this does not move. It is just static. The condition isn't as perfect as others because it's already pretty wobbly, and I wasn't able to check it, but it actually misses one track, one of the ball things. But figure wise, it's still good. They've got the long cannons, then the gun arms. So it's not as complete, but I was able to get this in a set. I actually got this and with Din Djarin as a set, all the three of these, and it was a great price. So I got these as my Toy Con haul. So and actually I was given, I guess, from our leader Ken, and he gave me a Labubu figure also, which I didn't buy, so I wouldn't say it's gonna be my haul. But I haven't opened the whole thing yet. So I also got a Mecha Labubu, for a figure. But then again, I think personally, Toy-Con is always there. Toy-Con has diversified itself in the sense that it's not just purely about toys. There's also cosplay. There's also exclusive. So there will always be room, and there will always be always be a space for Toy-Con. It's just that the shift, there's already a shift now with regards to online buying, but no, there's always going to be a Toy-Con, and there's always going to have a market for it. But then again, I'm talking about my experience. I'll try to put more pics in my start so that you can see my toy display. Honestly, it's an achievement that I was able to display all by myself and for the group. And I guess I'll talk about 2026 Toy Con.